Alright, I'm gonna start off here with some simple, there we go, some simple pec stretch, 20 seconds on each side, and then do both. I'll demonstrate how to do both because that might not make sense. Alright, switch to the other side. And then the last 20, like this. Basically just hook your wrists around whatever, and then you're just letting yourself fall forward. And basically just keeping constant tension, which is what causes the stress. Alright, next we're gonna move on to some rotator cuff work, and then accompanied by some rear delt stuff as well. Alright, I lied. Forgot doing PVC pipe stuff first. So yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I'm gonna start off first with going, I just call it up and over because they're not, I don't consider them around the world, because around the world is when you're going around. So I just call these up and over. So anyway, doing 10, but the unique thing about the way I do it is I go, like, on the first 5 I go in, and then on the last 5 I go out. On the first 5 though, I'm kind of aggressively, I guess, climbing up the bar. I don't know how you would, or pipe, I don't know how you would word that, but basically start off for the first one way unnecessarily wide, and then over, and then 2, 3, that might have been a little bit too aggressive, 4, and basically the reason why you go aggressively is because you're trying to get to that point where that 5th one is basically where you know you're as close as you can, but like you're as close as you can that you can make it over, over and back, over yourself. I don't know. Like you can, you know, go. Let me find it. That's a little bit wider. There we go. Kind of. Okay. So basically you want to find that point where you can make it over, but you're not forcing it, if that makes sense. So like when I go over, I'm not, I mean, go out a little bit, I'm not like you know, I'm not like yanking and over, or I'm not trying to force it over. Like if I get stuck here or something, I'm not like, you know, trying to force over that point, because that's shit like that is how you injure yourself. And then and then on the last 5, you're going out, but rather than going aggressively away, it's only very slightly. So I mean, even watching myself, it's pretty hard to tell that my hand is actually moving, but it's like that much. And usually I do it when I'm coming back over, is when I like slightly slide my hand, so that way I can just immediately go back over. But anyway, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then reset your grip to something like that. Move away, and then now you're going to do your around the world. So 5 one way, and then 5 the other. 3, 4. All right. That's everything for this. So now we'll actually move on to the band. Since it's right here, I'm not gonna stop the video or anything. So anyway, let me move this up slightly. All right. Alright, so for this, you're just doing external rotations going up, and then, well, I'll save that for in a minute. You're doing 10 on each side, and when you go up, ideally you're holding it for like 1 second. So basically the amount of time it takes to count a rep in your head, it's 1 second. So it's like, you know, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So as far as positioning or anything, basically you're going to grab one of your handles on your band, or step out to where you're feeling tension, so it's not, you know, it's not loose, you have tension on the band. Then you're going to basically lock your shoulder in place, and then you're basically just going to do a row at that point. And then this is the position you're trying to keep the entire time and not have that move, so that way you're not adjusting it every 2 seconds. So anyway, and while I'm doing this, I'm always like pulling with my pinky and my ring finger. So like while I'm doing it, ideally I'm always using like these 2 fingers right here, and then the rest are just kind of guiding it, but you really feel it in your rotator cuff. So that's why I do that. And the other thing too that helps me at least keep my position is, because after each rep you're gonna go forward slightly. So after each rep, what I do is I make sure my elbow is all the way back, and then yeah, just keeping that, at least ideally, you know, in a perfect world. All right. Alright, switch to the other side. So now you'll get a better visual of everything. So step out to where there's tension. Step out to where there's tension. Lock the shoulder back, or kind of pull your lat down, I guess. Activate your lat, whatever. So, anyway, lock your shoulder blades like you're about to do bench. That makes sense. Do a row, ideally, again, pulling with the ring and pinky finger. And you should feel a pretty good contraction with that in itself. And then you're just bringing it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Now what you're going to do next is slide your band down to where, let's see, where does this line up for me? Okay, so basically what you want to do is slide your band down some. Slide your band down some, and then when you pull it out, pause. When you like pull out one of the handles, and you know, you have the band arm. I don't know what you call that, but you have the band itself here. It lines up with basically your belly button, so it's the ideal spot. But anyway, same kind of principles as before as far as tension point.
See you back.
What's up? See ya. So, I'm gonna grab a hold of it like this, step out. Now with this, it's only very, very slight. Now the reason for that though is because you're here. You're in this position rather than in this position. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same because band is somewhat in the same place, but not really. Anyway. Actually, no, it's not. Now, this next part, basically think about digging your elbow into your side. Now, when I do that, I run into my lat, so I actually can't touch my side, so mimic the action, if that makes sense. Anyway, so now the other thing too though is pull the handle to where, I mean, it depends on what side you are, which way you're facing. So if your right hand is grabbing the handle, pull the handle itself to the right of your belly button. So, oh, another important thing too is keeping your chest up. Alright. Okay. Now with this, same thing again with the ring finger and pinky, but also another thing I'm doing is I like to basically do a thumbs up, and then while I'm doing the movement, I'm kind of turning it like this, and that's basically right about here is kind of where I end as far as that turn, but you feel it a lot more. Yeah, you feel it a lot more. But yeah, you're not you're not turning all the way, you're just stopping at a slight angle. So anyway, 10 of these as well. Now the other thing is that, there we go, is that I try to position myself to where when the band touches me again, like as I'm doing the movement, it's when I've actually completed the movement and not halfway through and then it drags across my shirt, because that's a pain in the ass. Because if you're too close that way, it'll can just, that's what I'm talking about. So if you don't feel like having this thing drag across your shirt, there you go. Alright, switch sides. Now you might see me adjusting a lot, and that's because sometimes I don't get, or well, sometimes I realize, oh, this doesn't have as much tension on it as it should, so then I adjust to a better spot. Or maybe if there's too much tension, like I'm too far away from the band, so and that causes too much tension, then I'm gonna go closer. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta adjust and make do. Alright, last thing is just doing rear delt flies with a band. So with this, come on, thank you. Come on. There we go. Alright. With this, grab your band. Or wait, what's the easier way to do this? There we go. Alright, so you want to equalize your band first thing you do after you fold it in half. If you have not very strong rear delts, then you're only going to be using single band. But if you have pretty decent strength in your rear delts, then you're going to fold it over. Alright, as far as equalizing the band goes, so if one handle is higher than the other or whatever, right, you're gonna put one finger through, then all you're gonna do is grab the higher one and then grab on the other band, make a circle or whatever with your fingers, and then basically you're gonna pull until they're equal. There you go. Alright, and then now you want to not let go of this. Well, hold on. Alright, you usually always have the loop end in this hand, so anyway. Now when you grab this, you want to always make sure you have a little bit on the other side of your hand. Reason for that is because when you're doing the movement, if your hand is too close to the end, and let's say maybe your hands are sweating or something, and you do the movement, that's what happens. So this just accounts for any sort of slippage or anything like that. Alright, as far as positioning goes, what I like to do, there's a mirror on the other side, so that's what I'm looking at. On push days, so, and I'll probably explain this again on pull day, but on push day, I like to go, not wider, I like to go closer because I only do 10 of these. Now on pull day I do 20 because I actually hit rear delts on pull day. So instead I do 20 and I go a little bit wider than this, but 4, 5, 6. Alright, now last thing in this room, yeah, and then we'll head out there. Last thing in this room is dumbbell, is a shoulder warm-up by if you look up Eric Bugenhagen dumbbell shoulder warm-up, you'll see this. So all I can say is that it warms up my shoulders really good, and that's why I do it. And the dude is absolutely jacked, so I'm gonna listen to a jacked guy. Anyway, when he tells me how to take care of myself and my shoulders. So, and when he benches insane amounts. Anyway, so basically you're just drawing a circle with the dumbbells. So now it depends on how light or how heavy your dumbbells are. These are 8 pounds, so I do 20 one way and then I do 20 the other way. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright. I will see you next out there for some wall walks and then some other little bit of some other band work, but so for some more band work, and then moving on to cable work as well to get the muscles warmed up and everything. So this is basically all joint and whatnot warm-ups first, and then I move on to actual warming up of the muscles and whatnot. So anyway, yeah, I'll see you next in a different place. Alright, so for this next part, you're gonna get yourself a band, fold it in half again, put it around your wrists. Now, you're going to want to have on each wrist 2 tight things that won't move to keep this band in place. Because when you do the, you do any of the things I'm about to do, the band, if you don't have anything on your wrist, so that's why I put a strap on my non-watch wrist, my right wrist. When you do these movements, the band is going to, let me put this on the other side, it's going to slowly but surely do that. And I mean, honestly, if you're pulling tight enough, or if you have a lot of tension on it, it'll just do that right away. So it's a pain in the ass to deal with. So anyway, yeah, put a band around your wrists. And then get, you can use wraps if you don't wear a watch. On push days, I use my my wrist wrap on my right wrist. Pull days, I have my strap, so this is strap. But anyway, you get the idea, you get the premise. So anyway, I'm gonna start off here nice and wide, and we're gonna do, so these are gonna be wall walks. We're gonna do 10 of these. One full rep is up and then back to your starting position, whatever that is. So pretty sure that was done. I suck at, if I start thinking about something else in my mind, I get distracted and I lose count easily. So anyway, next part. So it depends on what side you're gonna start with. So if you're gonna be doing 3 movements, but all with the same side first before you switch. So whichever side is not going to be doing the action, doing the movement, is the side you're going to, well, first you're going to pose that side, and then you're going to like stay away from it, and you'll see why. So I'm going to do my left side first. So I'm going to post my hand here, and then I'm going to get to right about here, and then you're just going to go, oh, well, maybe that's too far away. And then, yeah, you're just going sideways, and then so you're going to do 5 here, and then you're going to go diagonally, so then you're going to go 5 here, and then to finish off you're going to go 5 up. So oh fuck. 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and then basically you're gonna do the same thing but opposite side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. Alright, and then so I said we were gonna go to the cables, but had to go here because the cable machine I wanted was taken at the moment, so hopefully it's freed up. Let's go see. Alright, so first thing for the cables, or first thing for cables, is going to be doing 3 variations of tricep pushdowns or extensions, whatever you want to call them. So, and going to be doing 5. So 5 overhand, 5 neutral, and then 5 underhand. So that looks like then switch sides. 2, 3, 1, 2. Alright, now I'm gonna align this. Yeah, now I'm gonna align this with your chest. Let me switch to this side so you can see what I'm talking about. And basically you're just doing a single arm cable press, and then you're gonna go right into a single arm cable fly. So, but doing 10 of these and then 5 of the flies. Switch to the other side, do the same thing. Switch to the other side. Alright. Now you're going to lower it a little bit more. Pardon me. And then now you're gonna do the Wesley Vissers lat raise variation. Now you're gonna want to lower the weight for this, because it'd be pretty interesting. You would have some pretty strong rear delts, or not rear delts, side delts if you're doing well, I guess it depends on what weight you're doing. So anyway, but I'm doing 20 of these. Normally I use a cuff, but I use a D handle the entire time of, like, for the other movements. So it's like I'm not gonna go get a cuff for one movement and then take the D handle off, put the cuff on, do my thing, and then take the cuff off, put the D handle back on, and then continue on. It's just a waste of time, so. Switch signs. Alright, now last part, I'm going to slide it all the way down and get neutral grip on it. Shove your hand through to where the handle is laced over the back part of your palm, back part of your hand. Get a blade hand. And now you're going to position this to where the tension is in this hole here between your torso and your arm, which there, it might seem weird to like voice that, but there is a spot where you have it right and then it's like everywhere else is not correct. So just doing some table front raises, doing 10 of these. Switch. Now, and for that, use the same weight, or I at least use the same weight as I do on the lat raises. So now you're gonna raise the weight back to, I just use the same weight I was doing before the lat raises. So, and now let me switch to this side. Now you're just doing shoulder press, so 10. Ow, motherfucker. Sorry. Switch. So, there you have it, the my push day warm-up. So, well, after this I do a couple warm-up sets of whatever my first movement is. So, you know, that's also, you know, another thing to do, but I'm not gonna do that, so I'll leave that up to you. But this is at least the important thing. So yeah, other than that, that's all I got. So there you have it, and I'll see you next time.